everybody. My name is Rita Crumpden. Welcome to Inventing in America. And my guests are Bruce and Melanie Thomas and Be Green. So I'm going to have you tell them because, you know, sometimes being green means different things to different folks. But Bruce has got a lifelong story of how he got into inventing. And I'm going to let you guys, introduce yourselves. Tell us your story.
Hi, I'm Melanie. I'm the president of Be Green Incorporated, and I've been working with our company for about 4 years. I guess in March it'll be 5. We've been married that long. And this is Bruce.
I'm CEO of Be Green Incorporated, and we manufacture a product. This is the big size, 32 ounce of retained pruning tool treatment, which has a pending patent and very close to having a registered trademark for proprietary protection. We'll talk about what this product does in a moment.
So we'll talk about it now. It cleans, it sanitizes, and it lubricates pruning tools. The wonderful thing is it is organic, it smells good, and it works really wonderfully. So,
okay, so why do I need to clean my pruning tools? You know, when I go out there to my herb garden and stuff and I'm cutting things back, I did some this morning. Why is it important?
Well, I like to tell a story about my 30 roses. I used to have 30 rose bushes. And if one of them had gotten sick, had gotten some sort of disease on it, and I was pruning it, and then I went to another one, and I could have taken them all out because diseases spread and you can't see them. And some diseases are completely fatal. So even if you cut them out, the plant can still die. So you don't want to spread diseases in your garden.
Well, and that makes perfect sense. I mean, diseases with people are contagious. I can only imagine that they would be contagious with plants as well, and animals and whatever. So, you've been doing this for a lot longer than 5 years, Bruce. How did you get inspired?
I got inspired when I was a landscape gardener. This by the way, is a smaller version. When I was a landscape gardener, I noticed that the pruning tool blades kept accumulating this black stuff on them, and they really wouldn't cut very well, even if they were sharp. And I used WD-40 to get this black stuff off, and it wouldn't remove the black stuff. It would just make the tool get more gummed up. I was about 8 years old when I started this observation, and I asked my father, because I had to mow, to get my daily allowance, spending money. I had to mow my grass and some extra pocket money to go to the candy store to pick out on candy. I would mow the neighbor's yard, and same thing. I would prune with the head shears. I would prune with the little handheld pruning shears, and the black stuff would get on there and it would literally disable the tool. I couldn't figure out why. I was only 8 years old. My dad said, well, just put oil on it. That'll clean it. No, it didn't. It just made the tool all gummed up. So I kind of this threw my hands up for several years. But then when I was about 40 years old, I started a big landscaping company, and I frankly got tired of using WD-40. So I went to the drawing board, and I found that water was the thing that removed the dirt, but it would make the metal rust. So I did a little bit of chemistry, experimenting. Ooh, that was exhilarating. And found that there are a couple of chemicals out there called corrosion inhibitors that, when added to the water, will prevent the water from making the metal rust. Eureka! Now I have a product that will clean those tools and not make them rust. But I wanted to take it a step further. I still wanted to lubricate the tools, because after the water evaporated, it would prevent the tool from operating smoothly. So you can't really mix oil with water easily, but it is possible through chemistry with a surfactant emulsifier. And so I now have a product that will emulsify and lubricate the tool and clean it. There was a big company in San Diego that had been around for 100 years called Butler's Mill. And I put this stuff in a bottle, and I started selling it to Butler's Mill. And about 6 months later, they called me up on the phone and said, if you could make this product not only clean and lubricate and stop rust, but also, plant disease on those pruning tools to prevent the plant disease from spreading from diseased plants to healthy plants. You would have a winner. So that's when I really went to the drawing board and really brainstormed this. Most of the sanitizers that are applied to hard surfaces, such as metal pruning tool blades, will make the tool rust.
They stink.
And
they're horrible.
And they stink. So I came up with one chemical that did not have a lot of oxygen molecules in it. And oxygen is what makes metal rust. And it was thymol. Thymol is a material that used to be used in Listerine to kill mouth germs. And then I added that, and I had a winner. I got EPA registration. That was a big hurdle and very costly.
But then we listened to our customers, and they said they wanted it to be organic. They said if you had it organic, then we could use it everywhere. And so he went back to the drawing board and found out that oregano oil works. Oregano oil, and so we had this product tested in a lab.
We had it tested in a third-party independent California laboratory for its ability to kill a particular plant disease fungi called Fusarium. And it turns out that it kills just as much as bleach, which bleach is the standard way right now to kill bacteria and fungus plant disease on pruning tools, but it will really make the
we were
tool
super
rust.
Excited.
This was a really super
breakthrough.
Eureka light bulb moment.
This is a big breakthrough to have something that won't rust your tools, that sanitizes equal to bleach and alcohol. They're now saying alcohol because alcohol is already pre-mixed. So people are more likely to use alcohol than bleach, but bleach is still the standard. And it's a bleach solution. It's not just straight bleach. So this replaces both of those, and it's completely organic. So if you overspray this and an accident gets on your dog or on your hands, it's not the same as alcohol or bleach. Those two are pretty much toxic.
So I took it to the next level, Rita. I applied for organic registration with the Washington State Department of Agriculture for this material, because there's a lot of gardeners out there and professionals that rely on organic products such as ours to do this, make this world a little, healthier. So we have our organic registration with Washington State Department of Agriculture, which allows us to fall under the United States Department of Agriculture blanket.
Okay, so your product, all right, it cleans the tool.
Yes.
It disinfects the tool so it won't pass the germs, and
Correct.
It's organic.
And it lubricates.
And it has an oil.
It has mineral oil in it, yes.
Okay, all right. So, it really is amazing. So
Thank you.
what's your biggest challenge getting the product out there?
Telling people, getting the word out, because they've never heard of this thing. It's kind of like when they first came out with toilet paper. Well, I'm using the Montgomery Ward book. I don't need this soft paper. What I'm doing is fine. We actually consider ourselves to be similar to WD-40 because nobody had ever heard of it. It didn't even. It had no. Nobody had heard of it, and so this is something that every gardener can use if they have tools. So, and we're finding people are using it for propagating. When they cut plants, they're using they can use it on their knives and their blades and their scissors and their snips, all their little tools to propagate, because it does sanitize.
Now you use this big guy on their chainsaws.
Okay.
Yeah, they can get the job done with this big one.
And their big saws.
Yeah. So does the bottle come with the deep voice too?
Yes, Rita.
Good.
With a little what is it? I can't think. It's a superhero, so it has its scarf. What do you call it? It flies through the air.
Oh, yeah, Marvel hero. Yeah, retain to the rescue.
Retain to the rescue, because our customers are telling us how this restores their tools. They bring out these horrible looking rusty tools that don't even move anymore. They spray this on, they let it sit for a little while, they work it in, they spray some more, and then they're amazed that their tools are working. So,
Just spray it on and wipe it off.
Okay.
This bottle, I'll show it to you from the side. It's very flat. It's 2 ounces. Fits in the pocket real easily.
Yeah.
And it's for on-the-go pruning.
All right. So, I got a personal question for you guys. We did a radio show, probably about a year ago, and we had couples on, and and a psychiatrist was our industry expert, because the question was, how do you manage to work together and stay
together.
It's my husband and I work together all the time on different projects, and there's some real tug of wars that go on. So, what do you guys find is your biggest challenge, and how do you always make it work?
Communication. I always tell her everything that's on my mind, and I don't hold it back, and she does the same.
Yeah, I have to be aware, more aware of him. His brain works a little different than other people. And so a lot of times he'll be involved in something, and I'm wanting to tell him my thought right then, and I have to kind of look and see what he's doing. If he's doing something that looks like, the steam's coming out of his head and he's like involved, I have to wait. And sometimes I'll even write it down, because I want to tell him something right then, but if I disturb him, he gets lost and he gets irritated because of that. So it is a lot of communication, and it's a lot of patience between the two of us. But we also wear different hats. He does most of the computer work, and I'm doing the social media marketing. So that gives us 2 different jobs to do, and they work really well together that way. When we have different issues, we come from different sides, and we have our own little board meetings, we call them, And,
There you go.
And we have them in different places. I'm not going to share all the different places, but it's for us, we are pretty much working 24/7, but
Yeah.
we do take time to purposely go to the beach or purposely go on a camping trip. We take time off, and I think that's important to recharge and to rekindle. So I think
yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so funny. It's like, say, okay, I need my husband. Okay, no, I need my business partner, and depending on he wears the right hat into the room so that we're talking. And it is a lot of fun to work together and accomplish things. One of the things that we found out is that when we have a tug of war about work, we always end up with the business in a better place.
Oh, yes.
Because we're seeing it from different points of view, and a lot of times then the collaboration makes it better. And stuff. So yeah, we do enjoy the working together, but it's always fun to listen to couples when they're working together. The challenges, because there certainly are, when you're together 24/7, and when do you put it away and say, okay, now we're husband and wife, let's go have dinner. And you say, oh, but I did this social media thing today,
Yeah, we like to review our accomplishments, and it gives us more fuel to keep moving forward.
Yeah. Absolutely. So where can folks find you?
We have a website, retainsspray.com, retainsspray.com. We're also on walmart.com and Amazon. So if you go to their internal search engine, just look up Retain Organic Garden Tool Treatment. The word organic seems to really find the product really well there.
It does, and you're made in America.
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
definitely.
show them that flag.
Okay. There you go. Show that flag.
So
that's another one that the Made in America people are really starting to pay more attention, especially when it deals with the chemicals and that kind of thing, are basically a recipe to do all of the big, organic, and to take care of things and killing things and, doing all that kind of stuff. We have a little bit more faith in Made in America than we do stuff being shipped in.
Yes, we had to go through a lot of hurdles because we are made here. So there was requirements to make sure our product is safe and healthy. So yes, they definitely want a Made in America product.
So what's next? What are you looking to accomplish? Where do you want to get to?
I see our next move. Well, we actually have 2. We're going to put this size in a blister
Package.
blister package, a bigger
Yeah,
package,
with a
so it can
blister
be
bubble.
seen. And we really want to get it into Walmart, into the brick and mortar store, so you don't have to order, so you can just go into the store and grab it while you're getting your groceries. So that's where we're going next. And then we want to go to the next size up, which would be the gallon size, for the professionals that need a lot more, and to concentrate, because they clean their tools in these big vats, and they soak them, and they brush them in these big vats.
Parts washer bath. It has a reciprocating pump, and they clean all their tools in these tubs, if you will, with a pump. And they can actually add our product in there instead of petroleum solvents. Much friendlier to the environment.
Yeah, right now they have to wear gloves and masks and face shields and protective gear. And with ours, they would be much better.
There's a lot of, especially
around, right?
and especially in our state, California, that there's a lot of green legislation that are going to actually require companies to start using greener products, and especially if they're available. So I'm going to take advantage of that eventually, this product.
Absolutely. So, well, we are looking forward to watching you grow and helping you where we can, and certainly getting the word out about the product, because it's wonderful to have something that does so many things, made in America, then cleaning the tools, lubricating the tools, organic, keeping things from getting infected with other things. Like, holy cow, the list goes on and on. So you guys are doing a really good job.
And we came out with the second product, which is for golfers. Actually, anybody who's using equipment, and this cleans your golf clubs. It takes the little marks off there, takes the dirt off, cleans your balls, cleans your shoes, and it deodorizes your shoes. So this is also an all-in-one product that does everything, and it's organic also.
Yeah.
In this product, which is the oregano oil, it kills the bacteria stench in your shoes.
The fungus in your shoes. So this is OCK. So it's Organic Club Cleaner with a K.
Okay.
So, and this is available on Amazon in the 2-ounce bottle. We haven't, this is just a baby infant. It's just an infant. It's not even a year old yet. This is just a little baby.
Okay. All right.
We actually applied for a trademark with this item as well.
Okay. All right.
But we're almost ready for the registration number from the PTO on the retain.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good for you. Congratulations on that. I've got some folks that I'm going to spread out the news to, see what they can do. And I will let you know. So you guys just stay in touch and let me know how it's going. Give that website one more time.
Retainspray.com. RETAINSPRAY.com.
There you go, everybody. Get yourselves out there and get some Retain spray. Easy to find on Amazon, on their website, and on the Walmart e-commerce site. So thanks, guys, for joining me today.
Thank you, Rita.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. We will be back next week with more stories on getting products from mind to market. We will have new inventors and industry experts. So join us and have a wonderful week.